I think makeup, you are effectively lying about your physical appearance in the same way that men might lie about their height.
I just had a memory of
you guys can disagree with me, by the way, like, hello.
Okay, good.
Like, if you, why do you disagree with me?
I don't think it's a lie, though.
But it is you. That's
not
what.
Dyeing your hair is
It's
a lie.
like you like fixing your hair up.
You could then say that's like haircuts and beards and
or outfits.
skincare and outfits. It's just
No, not really.
It's like you getting a
because-
haircut, kind of.
I mean, one hairstyle over the other may be deemed more physically attractive than the other, certainly. However, makeup is this artificial thing that you're putting on your face that can really make, depending on the amount of makeup you're putting on, depending on what type of makeup you're putting on, can pretty substantially change change how you look. And I think we can all agree, like, hair is one thing, but we really do look at face as like a very primary thing that we are attracted to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I will say, though, that is the purpose of makeup. And, given that makeup isn't only exclusive to women.
Men don't really, straight men, I would say, most men do not wear makeup.
I always thought the purpose of makeup was to accentuate your features, not like completely change your appearance.
Yeah, like I'm not born with blue eyelids. Like it's an accentuation.
Like I feel like there are some cases, like we've all seen videos online where it looks like a completely different person, but I feel like you're like
most women are not doing that kind of makeup.
I feel like what you're saying, like it's not actually as common as you think. Like you can't do that much with makeup.
Really I actually, you know what? Hold on.
I'm sure you can bring up like an example, but your everyday girl, like.
There's people that do know how to transform their face with makeup. I mean, I know that I've seen them on TikTok, like. Or the people that make themselves look like Michael Jackson. Like they do all of that with makeup. But the reality is most women are not doing that every day.
In person, like that's gonna look crazy if you get close to the person. Like that doesn't look good either. It's gonna look like dusty and cakey, and like it's not gonna. It doesn't have like the magical like powers to make your face look like a completely different natural face up close.
Maybe in a camera or an angle
like
or with certain lighting, but
in the real
life,
like,
you're like, oh, this is just a lady with a bunch of paint on her face.
Here, this is what I have. I actually have, so on my Facebook, Facebook has something called Facebook Dating, and it's like built in, it's automatically tied into your, if you have the Facebook app. So I'm just going to pull it up. I don't use it, but I'm just going to, I'm hoping you guys can take my word for it. I'm just going to look at the first image that these women show. I'll swipe yes or no on every single person, and I'll tell you if they have a filter, if they have makeup. Well, I'm going to assume almost all of them have makeup. So I'll tell you if they have a filter, which I think is more egregious than wearing makeup. So yes, she has a filter. Filter.
I can't tell.
Filter.
How do you tell?
Wait, you're gonna show us?
Yeah, we don't even know.
I'm not going to show it to the. I'm not going to show. How am I going to?
Well, you show it to us, not them.
Just take. Just assume I'm acting in good faith, and I'll say yes or no if there's a filter. Not no filter.
Mm-hmm.
Filter. Possibly filter.
Would you post a photo
filter
without your
what
beard?
The fuck?
Oh my God,
What's that?
Would you post a photo on your social without your beard?
My beard is natural.
What are you hiding under your beard? What's under your beard,
You
Brian?
have no face.
Wait, but bald. Why would I post a photo?
What I'm
I
saying
have
is, like,
a head of hair.
Honestly,
we
like
have-
a haircut or facial hair is similar to like makeup.
It's not.
It
It's
kind
not
of
because
is
it's
because
natural. It's not because
if we
it's
have
natural.
a kid with you, we need to know what your face looks like without the beard.
Also, if you have a-
because that's going to affect our children's
guys
facial
So if
structure.
you want that, for 32 years of my life, I did not have a beard. You can go on my Instagram. There's plenty of photos of me without a beard, like clean shave. You can find photos of me.
So,
But what do you
regardless
think?
of
like
any of the, sorry.
There's so many guys on dating apps though that are just like editing pictures of like their bodies if they
That's
like go to the
totally
gym.
true.
They're
Not as
posting
common.
shirtless constantly.
Not as common
I
as
think
women
everybody
do.
like
Like,
does
I will
little
agree,
stuff
though.
to try and like present themselves the best because they feel like it's really competitive and they probably have a lot of insecurities about.
Okay, but in any case, beard is something that's natural. Makeup does not magically sprout from your guys' faces. That's
So
something that
are
you
you-
have
We don't
to
have a beard.
actively.
Yeah, so
Huh?
I think that
We don't have something covering half our face. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Okay.
and one thing I would also point out is when it comes to assessing physical attractiveness, and this is getting like very analytical, I would actually argue that the top 50% of one's face is like the thing that's more likely going to be like shifting someone's attractiveness versus the bottom.
Because you don't know till you look under.
I've like seen something.
Like a lot of attractiveness has to.
It's from like here up.
Yeah, it's from here up. So yes, I get where you guys are going. Oh, you could hide a weak chin or a weak jawline if you have a beard, but like I think there's makeup covers up way more than that.
What about hiding a bald head with a hat? Is it a red flag? Is it a red flag for you ladies if you're on a dating app and every photo of the man is wearing a
That's
hat?
actually
Is that a red flag?
Yes.
I feel like though, if you get
Just
close
embrace
enough
it.
to a person, eventually
You know-
all these things are gonna come to light.
That's
though.
what I was
It's
gonna
like,
say, actually.
whatever-
Yeah.
yeah.
Eventually, the filters and the makeup and the hats and the beards are going to come off.
Yeah.
And what you're left with is who you actually are and what makes up your composition as a human being and your character. And if you don't have that right, it doesn't matter how many inches you lie on how tall you are or how much filter or makeup you put on. It's who you are. And if you could just focus on being the best person and having the best character that you possibly can, then that's
Yeah,
going to
and,
win
like,
you the date
also,
and the
like,
relationship.
if someone lies about a couple inches, like I'm not gonna say like you're calling it like heinous and like egregious and stuff. Like it's like not that serious to me. If people want to feel a little bit better for a second of their life, you know. Like,
Well,
I'll
okay.
just-
Eventually, you're gonna get to know them and
but
see
yeah,
how they
but, like,
actually
no
look.
matter what, like that's gonna come to light. Like you're gonna notice one day, baby, you're gonna go on a roller coaster and he can't go on. Or, you know, like
Hat flies off.
yeah, like you're gonna wash your face.
Okay, so look,
toupee's
there's a
gone.
whole bunch of things here. So you said that, well, ultimately it comes down to who you are as a person. I mean, we can all live in magical Disney fairy tale land, but at the end of the day, for both men and women, we need to be with someone who we're most people need to be with someone they're physically attracted to. If it was the case that both men and women cared so deeply about what people really are like and who they are as a person,
I never
women
said
would not,
physical
hold on, let me
appearance
finish.
wasn't
Hold on,
important.
let me finish. Women would not wear makeup. Men would not give a fuck about their height. They wouldn't hide their bald spots. Both men and women care about physical attractiveness.
Actually, I said earlier,
Yeah.
and I don't remember what the topic was, but I said that one of the important aspects is physical attraction. So I'm not arguing that at all. But physical attraction is not enough. It's not going to make you a good partner or a spouse.
That's where
So-
it starts. We
Sure,
know-
initial
and this is-
attraction, yeah, but
I mean, but it's also like chemical too, like.
initial attraction, it can start there, absolutely, and most of the time for most people it does. But I'm saying that it's not enough.
And
It's
also
not enough.
What people find attractive is different too. Like, you're saying like one standard of attractive. Like, not everyone views things the same way.
Okay, but
Yeah.
if just to
You
address
can
that
say
really quick.
majority, I guess.
I mean, just to address that really quick, if you line up 100 people, 100 men, 100 women, and they're all kind of like rating the people, there might be some variation, but like I'd say people could come to a consensus of, okay, here's like the 10 most attractive people,
I mean,
here's
that
the most
varies
10%
in
of attractive
different
people.
countries too, like what people view attractive.
Okay, well, I don't know how things are in Kazakhstan. I don't know, but Matt raised a very good point, and I think this is actually a better comparison than one I made. Is, well, what about men who are wearing a hat that are hiding their bald spot? I actually think that's a much better comparison to women wearing makeup.
Okay.
That's a better.
Good job, Matt. You have a better comparison.
I'll take off the hat if you take off the makeup, okay? This hat is not coming off. Take off the makeup.
I will
what's under
literally
the
wash all my makeup off right now. I have absolutely no problem with that.
But-
Yeah, I know
Very
that.
comfortable without any makeup.
Okay, show of hands. Who here would be, you match with a guy and he's always wearing a hat, and it didn't occur to you that maybe he's like hiding that he's bald or balding or whatever. How many of you would kind of feel like a little bit like he hid something from you, or maybe you're less physically attractive when you find out that he's balding?
Well, how am I gonna
I'm
figure it
gonna
out?
just
He's
way
way
Not
taller
that
than me.
deep. That's not like the first thing I think. Oh my god, he's wearing a hat. He's bald.
My concern would be like, oh, this guy is much older than
But
me.
let's not kid. Women are attracted to men who have a full head of hair.
He You could be
I
bald.
heard that if you
Okay.
lose your
Agreed.
hair young, it means
Shave.
you have more testosterone.
Okay.
So true. That is so true.
But on a
So
purely-
maybe it means like then you make up for in other masculine ways.
But
you
most
know?
of you, okay, when he gave this example, most of you recoiled to some degree and were like, oh, like, yeah, that's kind of messed up if a guy wears a hat to hide a bald spot. That's how we feel about women who wear makeup.
Well,
You are
you want to
hiding.
abolish
Men don't
makeup? Is that what you're
completely
saying? You want to
understand.
abolish makeup and
Yeah.
abolish hats
And
and abolish untruthful
I could see that. I could see that.
descriptions on dating
Yeah.
profiles.
It's
Everyone
misrepresentation.
should just be like naked and raw in the street, you know, nothing.
It's unrealistic. I mean, give me a
Yeah.
break.
Like-
and
like,
regardless if
do
he
you
wears
wanna
a
just
hat
be
or
like,
not, it's,
like women are liars.
and
like,
the other thing is we are more than our physical appearances. This is true for men and women. We are more than just the way that we look. And I would argue that not even I would argue, I believe that who we are as a person actually makes us more attractive or less attractive. And
That is
And you can't, you know, put makeup on that.
That is totally true. But I think I'm not gonna tiptoe around this. Like, for me, you need to look a certain way. Physically, you need to meet my criteria that I'm looking for, and then it's like, okay, then do you have a nice personality?
that's fine. Physical
opens-
attraction is important. I've
Yeah.
never said that it wasn't. I'm
Yep.
just saying that it's not enough because men and women are more than the way that they look. Just the prettier you are or the more handsome, the taller you are, the more hair that you have is not going to translate into you being a better partner.
And I think people can become less or more attractive over time based on like characteristics they demonstrate that aren't just physical.
They proved that actually in a study.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one. You could
I
probably
know-
Google it,
I've
but
read
they
that
proved that
before.
people become more attracted to their partner over time, not less
Yeah.
attracted.
Or even just like being around someone that you might not like find attractive initially, and then like the more that you're around them, you start to see things about them that become attractive.
Definitely that. Because sometimes you meet someone, you're like,
I-
oh, they look
Actually,
so nice.
I feel like that might even be like more common with like how women view attractiveness in relationships. I feel like
They grow.
yeah.